Okay, so got the fountain going, got the citronella candle burning, got my hat on my son gave me, don't mess with Texas. Got my Monster Club shirt my daughter gave me. I'm ready to begin. Hey, this is Steve Galindo with Alva Friends Church with a little bit of sacred wisdom for you. I'm taking this verse from Matthew chapter 20 and verse 28. And this is what Jesus says. He says, "Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And the reason I wanted to share that with you is because I'm thinking a lot about the Father, because we just went through Father's Day, and I got some Dad's root beer from church. It was so good. Love root beer and the Bluebell ice cream, but really like that root beer. Anyway, so I was thinking about the Heavenly Father and thinking about how much He loves us and cares about us, and how fortunate we are that He does. And then reading what Jesus said, just as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many. It's one of my favorite quotes in the New Testament, because he lays out for you right there in that one sentence a pattern for service, a pattern for ministry. He's saying, I don't want you to think in terms of being served. I want you to think in terms of serving others, and not of taking from people what you can get, but of giving. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So I recently had an opportunity to talk to somebody about love and marriage, and one of the truths that I was able to share with them is that all love requires a sacrifice. Love always requires a sacrifice. And the reason that so many people have a difficult time in loving relationships, and the reason a lot of marriages fall apart, is because love demands a sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, then you're going to be a rotten lover. Love demands a sacrifice. When you love your children, you sacrifice certain things for your children. You love your spouse, you sacrifice certain things for your spouse. When you love somebody, you're going to have to give something up. You're going to have to surrender. It's the very nature of love. And so people that don't sacrifice, people that don't want to serve, people that don't want to give, but they want to be served, they want to take, usually are not very good at loving, because they're there to take instead of give. They're there to be served instead of to serve. And it's the exact opposite of what real love does. So love demands a sacrifice. And if you try to love somebody that isn't willing to sacrifice, only gives on certain occasions, but is not a giving person, if you try to love somebody that wants to take and wants to be served instead of serving, you're always going to struggle in that relationship. Because what the Father blesses is the servant heart. And the servant heart wants to give. The servant heart wants to be a blessing, not to get a blessing. Years ago, my mother told me, if you ever meet somebody that wants to minister to you, and you minister to her, and you try to outgive each other the rest of your lives, you'll have a wonderful marriage. But love demands a sacrifice. And also, love is giving, not receiving, and love is serving, not in being served. Matthew 20, verse 28, just as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And I just wanted to share that with you. Love demands a sacrifice. And people who are willing to surrender, people who are willing to sacrifice, usually pretty good at loving. And people who want to be served, and people that want to take instead of give, usually not very good at loving. And that's what the Lord's taught me about love and marriage. Hey, thank you for listening. I hope this blessed you. God bless you. this Monday following Father's Day.